Hi, I'm Sean Leventhal, and welcome to Jump In, featuring news, games, and banter. We're the new current events competition show. We are here with Phoebe Robinson, who's an amazing comedian. You've seen her on Seth Meyers and been consulting for shows like Broad City. Please give it up for Phoebe. And we've got David Grasso here, who's the business editor for the new publication, Bold. All right, so let's jump in. It's time for top stories. In this game, we break down some of the biggest, boldest, and most interesting stories in the news today. First up, President Obama made big news by issuing several executive orders on gun violence to try to reduce gun violence. He got incredibly teared up, as you can see. He found that the Newtown shootings were the moment during his presidency that kind of hit him the hardest, and has been fighting for a long time to try to do something. Congress hasn't acted, and he decided to take the reins on his own and clarified a couple of federal laws and urged Congress to appropriate money for DEA agents to help enforce existing law. One of the things the executive orders did was change who actually should be considered a registered gun dealer and who should conduct background checks on potential buyers. And so we decided to ask you what you think about President Obama's executive order. Are you in favor of it? Do you think it was just exactly what was needed? Did he go too far? Is he trying to take away your guns? Or did he not do enough? So, David, how do you think America responded?
Well, I think America might be a bit concerned that the same guy who campaigned against expanding executive power is now doing it himself. So regardless of your opinion on guns, I think it's something that's not advisable as a politician.
Phoebe, what do you think?
Excuse me. I'm going to say that I think people are thinking that he's stepping it up because something needs to happen. These mass shootings keep happening and happening. There needs to be some sort of like amendment to how we're going about background checks and everything. So I think the public's going to be like, all right, Obama, you stepped it up. You did enough.
You did enough? So you don't think, they're aching for more?
Well, I mean, I think personally, I am definitely want more. So I do think people are probably like, this is a good first step. And then please bring on more stuff to make our lives better. Please, where's the hope?
All right.
That we wanted 8 years
All
ago.
right,
You
so
know?
you're saying hope, they want more.
Yeah.
You're saying
I think
too
that
far.
with a lot of things, like a lot of things that President Obama has done with immigration have been struck down by the courts. You know, a lot of these things, while they may be even well-intentioned, actually don't work out and don't address the problem.
Awesome. All right, so let's see how you voted. 43% said not far enough, 37% thinks that the president went too far, and 20% said he was just right. So I think that means that there's a point for Phoebe. All right. You missed this face? He's been back in the news. After Donald Trump made a number of, one might call them sexist remarks, Megyn Kelly being the victim of one of them, or the target of one of them, he basically said, you know what, if Hillary calls me on sexism, I'm going to fight back and I'm going to bring Bill up and all of his past transgressions.
Ugh.
So, in case you were...
Trump is so, oh my God, he just won't go away. He's like...
Hey, he's on the wall.
He's like a bad UTI or something. I just, it's like, where is the cranberry juice when you need it?
Well, you can thank the city for him. He belongs to you guys. I don't live in the city.
I
You
know.
guys
It's our fault.
You've
It's our
given
fault.
him your money, and evidently he's like lice. We can't get rid of him now.
I know. My apologies on behalf of all of New York.
Is Bill Clinton's past fair game if Hillary accuses opponents of sexism? Phoebe, how do you think America responded to this?
I'm going to say America is going to be like me and say absolutely not. Not fair game. I mean, this country just needs to get over like people's personal sex lives. I think it distracts from the issues. Like there's so much we could talk about, like terrorism, gun violence, reproductive rights. Like this, like yes, Bill cheated. Yes, that was not great. That happened many moons ago. Maybe he still is now. I would not be surprised. But I think there are so many other issues that we need to worry about right now that this is just a giant distraction and is not fair game.
But Phoebe, this is not France. We care about these things. We came across an ocean to purify our religion, okay? Think about Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
Of course it's fair games. And we have a 24-hour news cycle. We have a lot to fill. I mean, Billy's philanderies are fair game. Why wouldn't they be?
I know, but then it's going to turn
We're
out.
interested. You're telling me
No.
you don't read Us Weekly, Phoebe?
I don't. I actually do not read Us Weekly.
You read it while you're
Just
at the
Inquirer?
supermarket.
No, I don't.
TMZ?
I really,
Yes.
No,
Gawker?
I don't.
Yes.
No. I think this is just a slippery slope. So we talk about this, then we're going to start talking about Trump's multiple marriages. Like, it's like, where does it end? And it just becomes like an episode of Jerry Springer. And I think politics should elevate beyond that. It should actually be
But
about
what
the
about
issues.
moral failings? Come on, it's America.
I know, but
Only in France can the president have an affair and no one care. I mean,
right. I agree with that. I just think that I don't think that someone who cheats is necessarily going to be considered necessarily a bad politician. I think there are plenty of cheaters out
so
there.
they're getting practice for the podium.
No. I just think I think the obsession with people's sex lives is actually getting in the way of us doing and getting things that we actually do need done.
Okay.
Done. Sorry, I'm just
All
like I hate it.
All right, so let's find out what the viewers said. We asked, do you think that Bill Clinton's past dalliances are fair game if Hillary accuses opponents like Trump of sexism? Let's see what you said. 60% said yes.
What?
Plymouth Rock lives
What?
on, Phoebe.
Wow, isn't like The
I'm-
Bachelor the number one of the top 10 shows on television? Isn't that?
I know. I just I'm shocked.
Gotta blame your fellow
You're
Americans
gonna
here.
leave it on the table. If you're an opposition researcher, you're gonna leave philandering on the table.
Yes.
You're not gonna make it very far in
I
opposition research.
I don't think I would make it at all in politics, but because I'm too much.
Turn
like,
that point, Phoebe. Turn it.
I'm like I'm like the West Wing. Like that's my kind of politics where everything like works out and it's like I'm CJ Craig, like that. You know what I mean? Like,
So basically, politics is the Apple Store, Candyland, something like that.
yeah.
Charlie Sheen's dad, not Charlie Sheen.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, and this is the third question in the game, the penultimate one. It's tied 1-1. Let's see what happens. So China's stock market has taken a huge dive over the past week, and a lot of folks are raising some concerns and are worried about the state of China's economy. Other folks, like Donald Trump, still think they're the number one enemy. And so we decided to ask you, do you think China is still an economic threat to the U.S.? Yes or no? David, why don't you go first?
Well, I have a different opinion. I don't think China was ever an economic threat, exactly the same way we thought Japan was an economic threat in the 80s, and that didn't exactly pan out for them. I think America's economic strength is very understated because we're an extremely insecure superpower.
So you think our viewers think that they're not a threat?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No?
I mean, that sounded so great. Can I just piggyback on it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like people are going to agree with Trump on this. I think this might be the one thing that people are like, I think Trump is right about.
Even Donald Trump's clothes collection. I was at a store and I checked the shirt the other
Yeah.
day, made in China.
Yeah.
You're lending credence to him. You're giving him attention. You're part of the problem.
I know. I'm going to say, yeah.
You think that people are leaning with Trump? All right.
Yeah.
We asked if you think that China is still an economic threat. Let's see what you said. Phoebe is trembling in the wake of the giant power to the east or west, depending on which way you're looking at the map. Ooh,
That was a
55%
close
said
one.
yes, still an economic threat. You're cowering with fear, yet you won the game.
Well, I just feel like we're scared of everything. So anyone, we're like,
So you kind of agree with me then.
I kind of agree, but I also know what the American people think. Not on the last question, but on this question.
Okay, and let's see. So Phoebe wins the game.
The game is weird.
I know, right?
And that means that Phoebe wins a prize for a lucky viewer, Francisco Hernandez, at Francisco HDEZ27. Congratulations. We will be in touch with you via Twitter, and we'll send you your prize.